Hey, what's up everybody? RadX here, the one from 72, the ultra neutral, and I cannot tell you how important it is to find that neutrality, to please become neutral. Do not choose a side because the war is coming. You can just take a look at what's going on right now. Right now, the mass amount of shootings that have been going on most likely are going to lead to tight gun control and maybe even go into a lockdown of the country again. And this is going to be the help to push towards civil war. I've already told you guys before, I don't choose a side, but the insanity of those of you who cannot understand of not choosing a side, when I say, you know, Trump was a shitty president, and you will go, oh, well, you must be a Democrat. And then I say, well, Biden is an equally shitty president. Then you still go, well, you must be a Democrat. It's just like, guys, neither one of them are like you. They are not humans from here. They're from Lyra. This is a different ruling class of human beings that you just cannot simply understand. Just go watch the show Stargate SG-1 or whatever. And what you see is humans that go through a portal and they go to other dimensions and other planets or whatever the hell they're doing. Most of the time, they're usually more intelligent in some, ways, more advanced. The humans from Earth are more advanced than these other humans are. And you can see how they could, if they wanted to, they could manipulate people on that planet to do what they wanted. In fact, they could almost become rulers of the entire planet, okay? They could do whatever they wanted if they wanted to exploit the other planets with these other humans who just don't understand, right? Like they could go there and blend in with them and completely manipulate them with whatever. And that's what's happened here. And I know most of you probably don't understand that. The Clockwork Orange Godfather madness is going to be your Civil War candidate. Immortal Joe Biden is going to be your World War III candidate. These guys that come from Lyra, they are setting up this country and setting up the world for a galactic battle, and you just don't understand it. It has to be in this country. We have to go through civil war first. Once the civil war in this country kicks off, and most of you who are feeding into one side or the other, you're all going to be responsible and you're all going to suffer and pay in the end because you do not understand how big this thing really is and the consequences of what's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying that the Civil War shouldn't happen. I'm not saying the World War III shouldn't happen or the Galactic War should happen. So, and you probably may think that that's bad, but if you think that things have been going in a good direction and you think that there's going to be some special candidate that's going to become president of the United States that's just going to fix everything, you're sadly mistaken. It's never been that way. It's been on a steady decline for a very, very long time. I mean, because if you look what happened in 72 and then you start looking at the years, like in 1973 with the oil crisis and then the wars and everything that's happened, it just has never gotten better. It's always gotten worse. We've gotten more technology and we've gotten all these new cool gadgets and we've gotten all these different things, but has the quality of life gotten better? I don't know. Go into your nearest nursing home. If you take a step back about 100 years ago, well, not even 100 years ago, in the silent generation took care of their grandparents in their home. They didn't put them in a home. They took care of them at home. Things have not gotten better, and the children are not being raised by a parent in the home while the other parent's at work. The children are being raised by the state. Things have gotten worse. They have not gotten better. So yes, this country needs a civil war. Yes, this world needs a war. And yes, this world needs the galactic war to happen. I know you guys probably thinking, oh, he's a monster. And that, like I said, things are not going to get better just by voting and just by well wishes and prayers. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. People have been praying, people have been voting, and people have been well wishing for a very long time. And it just keeps getting worse, and worse. It has not gotten better. And if you look at the pinnacle point that we're at right now, where there's all these massive shootings, there's all this stuff going on all around the world with, wars getting ready to just pop off. They're literally waiting, like Russia, China, Iran, You know, all these countries, India, all these countries are literally waiting. They are waiting for America to go into civil war. When the civil war in this country happens, it will open it up for the rest of the world to do what they got to do, for they'll be able to make their moves. When the civil war happens here, what happens? Troops have to come back home because they have to put in martial law into place. And when those troops are coming back home and America is crumbling from within, it will remove them from doing the things that they would be doing out there in the rest of the world in active wars. You know, active skirmishes are going to go on, especially with Russia and China and stuff, okay? So, guys, how do you not understand that this is this country? This is what America is founded on. It's founded on war. Like, it's just nothing. It is a war-mongering country. That's how it was created. You know, it was created through war. The Europeans that came here declared war on the Native Americans who lived here. They declared war on them against the country that they came from, against Britain. They declared war amongst each other. The first Civil War, which we're going to have another Civil War, they declared war on people that look very much like them over in Germany. They declared war on, you know, the Vietnamese. It's just, they declared war on Iran. It just keeps happening, okay? That's what this country is. It is the only power that this country truly has. You don't see things really made in America. They're made in China, and by the way, that's 1972. Richard Nixon, I know it's a little off topic, if Richard Nixon didn't go to China in 1972, you wouldn't see it as much stuff made in China. 1972, made in China. This is a war country. This is what we do. Literally, this country's only power is the power of war. That's it. We're not selling a whole lot of things. We're not making a whole lot of stuff. You know, everything's coming from other places, but what our power is in this country is the fact that we sell weapons and we sell war and we sell death. So yes, the only way that the world can move forward, it has to wait for the country that is built on war to crumble from within, and then their wars can happen, and then things will shift and things will happen. The biggest problem that once all this starts to go down, once America goes into war, and you guys aren't even going to get all the information as things are happening because the internet and communications are all going to be down, so you're not even going to be aware of all the other stuff that's happening when Civil War happened. You know, a lot of your resources and stuff are going to get cut off, like, you know, like I said, the internet, water, electricity, and things like that are all going to be kind of like on, you know, make it like a couple hours and they'll be off for a while. Okay, and then there'll be martial law, and there'll be a lot of fighting, a lot of killing and stuff like that. But you won't really know what's going on in the outside of the world. The rest of the world will start going into their World War III. That's all going to happen. And, you know, a lot of you are asking for it. A lot of you want the Civil War because you're choosing a side. You're choosing to help the Democratic side, or you're choosing to help the Republican side. If you choose a side, you're responsible, period. You choose any side, you're responsible for whatever is going to be happening. But once the Civil War goes down in this country, the Mexican drug cartels and stuff all in Mexico, they're going to collect together, amass their own army, and they're going to start moving in. So yeah, they'll come in and start taking parts of America from the south. And, you know, and you're going to find other parts of America that it's going to be peeling away. But anyhow, once all that happens, and once America starts to fall, once it starts to crumble, once the World Wars happens, then the Galactic War is going to happen. The Greys are going to be out of here. They're going to hightail it out of here because they're not warriors. They're not here to fight. They're literally just, you know, scientists and just researchers and just, you know, hanging out on a zoo planet. When World War III begins and America starts to crumble from within, it's a good possibility the nuclear threat is going to really, really be a serious thing. And once that happens, the reptilians are not going to let the crust of this planet get destroyed again, and they're going to come up to fight against the humans that are trying to nuke each other over stupidity, you know, over insanity. And when they come up to fight, then you're going to start seeing a collective, a group of humans who are fighting against each other, who are going to say, oh, there's the bad guys. It's those reptilians, it's reptoids. Let's go after them and kill them. You know, let's go after the green man. So then that's going to happen. Once that happens, of course, the reptoids are going to have more stronger, powerful weapons, and they're going to get the upper hand of the humans, but it just won't last very long, because I am damn sure that the Anunnaki are going to pop up, and when they do, they're going to look like these beautiful winged angel looking beings that you've heard about in the Bible. Although, you know, if you look at the old Sumerian texts and stuff like that, it's been around longer that they're Anunnaki. They're going to pop up here, and people are going to think that, hey, this is it. It's a biblical war, and that's when the Draconians are going to come here, and then you're going to see the real power of everything that's going to go down. And trust me, guys, please, please, please become neutral. Do not choose a side in any of that, because this planet is definitely at, you know, the point where everybody can get wiped out. And if you choose a side, and if it gets to the point where it becomes too chaotic, they're going to do exactly what they did before, and they're going to wipe everybody, because they did it a long time ago. But if most of the humans, you know, say, hey, step back, maybe this is not what we think it is, and we need to just, you know, stay back and just go neutral, then let those beings fight it out, and one or the other is going to leave. Most likely it's going to be the Anunnaki and the Draconians. Once they do what they're going to do, you know, they have their war, they're probably just going to leave. They'll be here for a little bit, they'll leave the planet to the people who are ultra neutral, and from there you guys are just going to have to rebuild. Anyhow, guys, I hope that helps you understanding what's about to happen here with this war. If you don't take my word for it, research all my stuff on 1972, research my stuff on finding portals, and research the alien contact that I have. With all my things are all backed with evidence. And with that, enjoy what time you have left.